So you can start right away. You can start right away, sir. You can start right away. You can start right away. We have Mr. David with us. I met him in 2022, if I'm mistaken, on the live space, and we met at Growth Accelerators Conference 2023. And I tell you, he's someone that is driven for growth. He loves learning and learning and learning. And we are going to be having him today. I want to say thank you so much, Mr. David, for coming on, joining us here, taking out your time. It's not actually easy. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Can you hear me, sir? David. It's like he's quite busy. So that's just basically it. So okay, let me add you on stage. Since this camera, let me move this one.
All right.
All right, good.
Can you hear me now? All right. Good evening, everyone. So good to be here. Um, Tonight we're going to be talking about few things. But firstly, I just want us to appreciate my friend. Yeah, bro. I'm audible. Learn digital skills and all of that. Um, it's not something easy to come by these days. You have people who really want to give. A lot of things have been monetized. Yeah, and because um, I think I'm having echo somewhere.
Hello? Yes, yes, an echo sound. It's because of your duplicated. So I think you should unmute the one and mute one.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I think that is sorted now. All right, thank you. Yeah. So I would like us to be very engaging tonight. I want us to have a class where we can all speak freely and learn freely. All right. From a background where we feel very uncomfortable to put ourselves out there. So we don't want people to know too much about us. We are very skeptical about posting our private lives. All right. So those are kind of myths about personal branding that was keeping me back then. But yeah, few years later, I've had to do some stuff and I've seen the benefit of personal branding. So tonight I'm going to be talking to you about something that has really blessed me, something that has really worked for me. All right, guys, I'm going to be putting up my slide and I hope you guys have my slide right now. All right, good. Just let me know if you have the slide. Um, Good, good, good. Just let me know in the chat or something. Good. Okay, I think it's up. All right. Tonight we're talking about building a profitable personal brand. Thank you, Mr. Precious, for this topic. And it's because not every personal brand is profitable. We all know what profit is. All right. When you make a business deal, what you get from it, not what is taken out of you, not what you lose, not loss, profit. You understand? So it's basic, but you need to understand that not all personal brand gives profit. Not them all can produce profit. All right, so tonight we are talking about to get a personal brand to be profitable. Now, I know some of you might be here tonight and you are watching from Lagos. I moved to Lagos, that was last year. Yeah. And one of the things you hear around, and by the way, let me tell you, if you are here, please just listen to me. These slides are not going to tell you what you want to hear. You have to listen to me. So the slides are somewhat going to tell you to listen to me. So while I moved to Lagos, then I there's something I used to hear people say, "Do you know who I am?" Kind of, "Do you know who I am?" Everybody wants to brag about everything they are. Everybody wants to prove who they are. Everybody wants to, just flog it out on people. Like, I spent years building my authority on something. You cannot just come here and take it off or take it away from me. So everybody's bragging, everybody's trying to tell people who they are. Everybody wants everybody else to know that they mean something, that they are valuable, that there's something about them. They're not just ordinary. So in Lagos, for instance, if you bash someone's car, you see him shouting, "Do you know who I am?" Like, "Do you know what I can pull up right about now? Do you know who I can pick my phone and call? Do you know who?" People are just um, trying to brag. Oh, a second, please. I think this is giving like an echo. Am I correct? Okay, I think it should be better now. Hold on, please. All right. Um, okay, I think it's better now. Thank you. All right, so you see, everybody's trying to make every other person know that they mean something. So, how many of you have heard it before in Lagos? Maybe you are having an argument with someone and they're just saying, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?" I was listening to Mr. Leke Holder. He was at Daystar for the leadership conference, and he was saying that there was a time he actually witnessed it that someone was asking, "Do you know who I am?" And when the other guy replied, "Who are you?" It was almost, you know, quiet because he had nothing to say. So it has become like the tagline for bragging. "Do you know who I am?" And then you are there wondering, "Hope I'm not messing with the wrong guy. Hope I'm not doing this." All right. So this is something that will lead to what we are going to be talking about tonight. What are we talking about? We're talking about personal branding. So if I should ask you, who are you? What's the first thing you are going to tell me? Or if I even see you on the street, do I need to ask you who you are before I know something about you? So what personal branding is going to do for you is that it's going to help you to reach people before you reach them. It's going to help you to meet people before you meet them. And it's much more about them knowing your values, knowing what you can deliver, not just knowing your face. We live in a world of virality. A moment you can be here with few audience that are listening to what you have to give, and because you put out a content and in 24 hours, maybe 1 million people are seeing your video on TikTok, 500,000 on Twitter, and all of that. We live in a world of virality. The world is connected. So, all right, so you are doing something in mediocrity, and all of a sudden, maybe someone just put out the content to the face of those who are interested. And the next moment, you are out there. But guess what? Most people are out there for the wrong reasons. Yeah, they might be smiling about it as an advertising professional. You know that there's something that's called bad PR. Of course, people say, okay, all PR works, that even bad PR work sometimes. But yeah, if you get known for the wrong thing, it might be hard for you to reverse that. So, for instance, now if you um, advertise a product too early, you need time, or you need 7 times more, 7 times as much as what you use to advertise it to bring that reputation back. So when you are building brand equity for even your personal brand, for instance, you have to be careful what kind of message you are passing across. So what we are talking about tonight is personal branding, and I'm going to be telling you why it matters. So it matters if ever you've concerned yourself with standing out. Have you ever found yourself in a place where almost everybody around you, for instance, if you are a career person, you are in an office where you have 10 other guys doing what you're doing, what will make you stand out? You don't even need to be in an office as a career person. You are a student. You have lots of students in your class. Opportunities are coming for a particular, let's say, two, three students in your class. What should stand you out and make you the right person for the opportunity? Even as an entrepreneur, you want founders to, you want our investors to work with you as a founder, you need their money or you need their mentorship or something. What do you have, or who are you enough to stand you out? If they mention your name in a room, what comes to mind? It matters to build your personal brand. Hold on a second, let me just move. See, let's move this away so you can see what's on the slide. All right. The next thing, it helps people believe in you and trust you with opportunities. Believe me, if you have two people, for instance, yourself, and you want to work with them, let's say gardeners, for instance, and you just pull up a phone and say, okay, hey, maybe you call your friend and say, can you get me someone to just mow this uh, grass in the house or just keep the environment clean? If she sent you two phone numbers and the first one mentioned his name, the second mentioned his name, maybe the first thing you will do is to search on Instagram, search for the name of the company or something. If you found one with one post, no profile picture, no bio, nothing to say, and you find the other with records, proofs of doing this over time, who are you going to work with? You've not worked with them, but all of a sudden, because of the social proof, you are believing in them. And because you believe, even though you've not worked with them, you start trusting them. The same thing with your personal brand. So many of us will go out there and say, oh, I have a digital skill. I'm a brand strategist. I'm a content creator. I'm this, I'm that. But now people want to work with you. They ask you to send your portfolio, and you are saying things like, "How I don't really take record of all those things." Okay, you don't. Can you send your Instagram handle? And when you send it, you are seeing pictures of flowers. I mean, those are good. You are seeing pictures of the time you spend at the landmark beach. You are seeing pictures of the time you spend there, food. I mean, if you are a lifestyle creator and you are looking for sponsorship and all of that partnership in that area, that's so good. So intentionality should be there if you want people to believe you and you want them to trust you with opportunity. The next thing is that it's how you position yourself for success and respect in life. That takes us back to the story, uh, the Lagos story of Do You Know Who I Am? If you truly want people to know who you are, when they see you, they should. When they see you, they should. If you have to ask people, do you know who I am? It's because they don't know who you are. Maybe they don't know your face, or maybe they don't know what you've done. Maybe they don't know your impact in the society. So it's very simple. Sometimes you reach out to people, and the way they are speaking to you is because they don't know what you've done. Of course, that might not be the best place to start telling them of everything you've done. It's actually an opportunity for them to, you know, have a benchmark in mind, like, oh, this guy is just one of these guys. And by the time they realize who you are and what you've done, they have to increase the bar, increase the respect, and you might even talk to them on another level entirely. Okay. So tonight, I want to tell you a short story. This is a story of a guy named Bayo and another lady named Tife. Now, listen to this story. Bayo is one of these cool guy, you know, serious with studies, but cool guy, doesn't like to post, just gentle guy moving around. But he was brilliant, brilliant guy, University of Abuja, doing so well. Now, by the way, the pictures you are seeing on the screen, they are from all the stock pictures. So that's not bio, that's not Tife, but just listen to the story. Okay, so while he was in school, he was the best student, the scholar of the class. And while being a student in the school, there's this friend. He has a friend, his name is Tife. Tife will always post. Tife is not the best student in class, not even the second best or whatever, just an average student in the class, hoping not to come below second class, wherever. But yeah, after they were done with their 4 years course, Tife was always been interested in social media, always been interested in social life, particularly attended events. She met new people while she was a student, introduced herself, introduced her potential for business, her potential for being a content creator. But here comes our friend Bayo. Bayo is just a very brilliant student, but there's no knowledge of putting out his personal brand out there. By the time they were both done with school, opportunity came for someone to study masters, go for their master's degree in the UK. They needed someone to do it. Now, I know that there are some master's degree that come with some requirement like your academic qualification and then how excellently you performed while you get the qualifications. There are some that are peculiar to some social achievements, how you've reached out to the community and all of that. Bio didn't have any of that, and this opportunity was looking out for that. Do you know that while Bio was still a student, he had the influence? If he called the whole class, like, oh, all right, class, this is what we're going to do. Let's reach out to these students in, let's say, first, first year students. Let's teach them this. And, you know, probably took some pictures, put them on LinkedIn, whatever. That might be something to go back to. Long story, made up and short, Bayo didn't get the opportunity and Tife did. Now, why am I telling you this story? See, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who knows you for what you know. It's not what you know, really. I mean, what you know comes after. But at first, who can speak for you? Do you have anyone who knows you so much and can speak for you where it matters? My chairman, CEO of Read Media Group, always say, sometimes to know comes after being known. We live in a world of social proof, in a world of virality. To know and be known is different thing. You might know a lot of things, but you need to be known to even make what you know to be effective. What you know you want to share with people, but if you are not known, they might not even listen to you. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think the guys that are doing great stuff, known guys doing great stuff online, they are the best in what they do? I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo might be a very good player, great player, as well as Messi. That's in terms of football. But do you think there are not other guys who can play maybe as much as them or even better? Somewhere where they are, maybe in one corner streets of Brazil, wherever, or maybe even in Lagos. There might be, there might be. But it's not about what they know or what they can do, it's about who knows them. You don't know those guys, so you cannot reward them as much as those Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi will be rewarded. All right, so after this story, I want you to knock off this myth. People say personal branding is expensive. I don't want to waste my time. Why should I go for an event and I'm struggling to take pictures? Why should I do all of that and get some apps to edit, to do video, to do this, to do that? That's expensive. I don't have the time. It's expensive. I don't have the knowledge. It's expensive. I don't have this. I don't have that. Come on, knock that off. It's not expensive. It's as expensive as you having a smartphone. Do you have a smartphone? Yes, you do. Then you can build something. You can build something. Of course, when you start getting gears and all of that, it makes it easier. But you can do something right now. You can do something. Okay. The next thing is that okay, you need a large team. Please don't compare yourself with guys who are building their personal brand with a large team. They probably started somewhere. If you check their first, second post, you can be sure that those pictures were taken maybe from a smartphone or something. But now they've done it to an extent that they can afford to have a team, travel with them, even have a team, work on their videos, their designs, their visuals, everything. You don't need a large team. It's called personal brand. Start it. It's personal. That's why it's called personal brand. So start it. All right. The third thing is people uh have this myth of I don't want people to know too much about me. This privacy thing. Now I understand this, and I really want us to be careful because I used to have this mindset. I don't want people to know too much about me. I still don't want because I believe private life is private, and that's why it's called private life. All right, but you don't have to put your private life out there for you to build a personal brand. Really, you don't have to. There are some public figures that you don't even know their wives. You don't know number of children, whatever, you cannot even find online because they've never posted that. Maybe based on an agreement with the family or something, they don't do that. Yet they have a very strong and solid audience growing every day, building a very formidable personal brand without exposing themselves, their privacy, and all of that. You don't have to post everything. In fact, you don't have to post everything in the same way. It's about telling stories. So let's say for instance you say, "Oh, I'm at the family dinner and I don't want people to know that I'm at the family dinner." You don't have to take pictures showing the faces of your whole family member. This is for people who are having privacy issues around their family. You don't have to take pictures showing your the faces of a family member. You can just take a picture of, I mean, look at these restaurants and all of that. They don't have to show other people's faces when they come for all this dinner and all of that. You might just take pictures of the meal, and that's what they put on their page. You can do the same as well and tell a very good story. Might even be a short caption. Say something about why you like the food. That is shaping what people are thinking about you without you showing them too much. You say, "Oh, I just prefer my privacy. I want to do this. I want to do that." I might get to that later. There are people who are building brands, faceless brands without showing their faces. I mean, it's just that there's a level you can get to with that. I think 2 days ago, John Obidi was saying this in his AI class that if you want to make money, you can still build a faceless brand. But if you really want to make money from, you know, personal branding and all of that, you have to do it with your face because people need to put a face to the name. Do you understand? And then the last thing is that, okay, people say I don't want to lie. You don't have to lie. Everybody online is lying. Not so. Not so. Not everybody online is lying. Of course, yeah. You might have seen maybe your friends that you know them. You know what they do. You know, maybe you're even with them when they're making the post. And then they made a post saying something else. You understand? I know you might have seen that, but that doesn't mean everybody is lying online. All right. Not everybody is lying. And let me tell you something you shouldn't do. Anyways, don't be fake. Online, don't be fake. And being fake is just a way of saying you are trying to copy someone. You are trying to copy someone. Now, when you are copying someone, you need to copy and put it in your own context. Remember, you are not putting out information referencing someone. I will still get to that about posting. You're not putting out information referencing someone. You are putting out information to shape what people think about you. You are shaping what people think about you. So don't be fake. What that means is that when you are putting out something that is not you, people are having a different mental image of you. Of course, there are people who do this to their own, you know, very, I don't even know, to in a way to deceive people and make profit off them. I met a lady on LinkedIn that was like 2 weeks ago. She said she was a social media manager and strategist. I said, okay, what have you done before? She sent a profile of someone and mentioned that, okay, she got the account. The account was around 300 followers and in a month she got 5,000 followers added, and those guys stopped working with her. That was why the account is not even growing since then. So I said, okay, that's fine. Send me the link. She will send the link. I went to the Instagram account. I was like, wow, this is good. The number is there. This thousand following, and because this is what I do as well. So I went ahead to, and you can use this. I went ahead to check the names of those guys that are following the account. Guess what I'm saying? Names that are not names. Names that are just looking like all these contacts and the accounts created by AI, created by all these uh, deceptive kind of guys from, let's say, I don't want to mention country name, but those guys, I mean, most of those guys, they have names that look like they are from Asia, Middle East, and all of that. I was like, someone who is trying to sell a product in Nigeria to Nigerians, and as a social media manager, you went ahead and buy followers, and that was what you posted on LinkedIn as your proof. You don't have to be fake. Don't do it. I didn't even reply to her. I didn't even send her any more messages because I cannot even work with her. Imagine someone sent you her best work and the best work is a lie. You don't have to ask more. You don't have to ask any further. Number two, don't try to please everyone. I see people who come online, they make posts, they are trying to change it, they are trying to edit it, they are trying because of one comment, or maybe someone give a very bad critic of what they dropped. They are trying to explain it out. If you still look at it in this way, if you look at it in that way, you don't have to do all of that. Of course, did you think about it before you posted it? Yes, you thought about it. That's good. If someone doesn't understand, maybe they are not your audience. Let them go. Other people will come, they will understand what you are doing, and they will let you know that they are following you. And please don't ignore the data. Don't ignore the data. Maybe you are trying to start out an account and you are making a kind of a post. There are forms of posts, there are types of posts. Maybe you are the guy that you are used to pictures, posting a picture of yourself and all of that, and you see that it's not working. Maybe you move to carousel. Try and teach something, design something for people to learn from, something they can learn a complete thought by swiping maybe 5 slides and you teach them something. Try that out. Maybe that's not working. Try reels. One of the things I did, I used to put short text like all this Twitter form text on my Facebook. It wasn't working. So at the point I saw a post and I was like, this is so great, a carousel. So I started carousel, put it on Instagram and Facebook, and it started working. It started working so well. People started reaching out to me, say, "Oh, how did you do this?" I started teaching people on church media and production, and all of that. So people started reaching out to me. Okay, how do you do this? How do you do this? Okay, can you help do this? But I was trying to say that before it wasn't working. So don't ignore the data. Always check. People say I just post for posting. I don't check how many people likes it. People are not liking it because it's not likable. If it's likable, people will like it. Do you get? So don't ignore that. Now do this instead. The first thing is to know yourself. Now, by the way, before I move ahead, I need to tell you something about personal brand. Personal branding is building an equity for yourself in the mind of your audience. Now, for advertising marketing, we all know that branding is, let me say, brands generally. It's a name. A brand is a name with a promise attached to it. So, for instance, when you hear a name, what promise comes to mind? So if you hear Apple, if you hear Coca-Cola, if you hear Money Point, if you hear Indomie, what comes to your mind immediately? If you hear restaurant names like Gusto, if you hear names of different brands, what comes to your mind? What's the promise that comes to your mind that they are able to deliver? That's a brand. So we're talking about personal brand. You're talking about adding a promise to your name. Adding a promise to your name. So if I mention your name, for instance, Precious, if I mention your name, David, if I mention your name, Emmanuel, if I mention your name, Taufik, if I mention your name, George, if I mention your name, this, that, what is the promise that comes to mind? That's why before you even start, you need to know yourself. What do I want to promise people that I can deliver? It doesn't have to be everything you can do. I see people online, you go to their, oh, it happens a lot on LinkedIn. I'm the this of that, I'm the that of this. I can do this and do that and do all of this together. The same you are the social media manager, the same you are the financial analyst. Are you trying to get opportunity or you are just trying to brag? If you are trying to get opportunity, you need to niche down. So everything that I know that I put online, I'm taking courses every other month. I'm a student almost all year long of one school or one course of one thing or the other. But you don't have to put everything out there, except when you want to shape the narrative. Say, for instance, you are a business analyst and you're just taking a course in business analysis and you just want people to know that you are growing in your field, probably to shape how they see you or the kind of opportunity they bring to you. You can put that on LinkedIn. You put that on Facebook. Maybe your family member, your friend will say, "Wow, you are doing well. We are so proud of you." You put that on LinkedIn. You might have an HR, reach out to you and say, "Hi, do you want to do this?" And that's if you uh put a sign on your profile that you are open to work or something like that. They might reach out to you because they can see that you are growing. All right. So know yourself. What promise do you want to deliver to people? What promise you want your audience to expect from you? This will also help you to be able to craft your bio. If you want to deliver something to people and you know it, you won't have to put all of those unnecessary things there. What? How do you want people to see you? Know yourself. Find out. Okay, I can do 5 things. Which one of these am I so good at? It might not even be the one you are best at, but which one of these is in high demand? Because that's the first thing. If nobody is looking for what you are doing, I mean, why are you doing it in the first place? Okay, three of these, my 5 skills are in high demand. Which one of these can I do so well and so fast? Because we live in a world where speed matters. Uh, my chairman, George Omorari, gave a quote while speaking at this university. I think a few months ago, I was there, and he said, "It's not the big that hits the small, it's the fast that hits the slow." So it doesn't matter how big you are of a company, how big you are as a person in your career or as an entrepreneur, if you are slow, the fast guy will beat you to it. So know yourself, know what you can deliver, know which of your skills you can deliver. And when you have the opportunity, do it and do it sharp, do it fast. Number two, be real. You don't have to add up unnecessary things to frame who you are. Because one day someone is going to ask of you. Someone is going to ask of you. You've never, for instance, been on a flight. You are all there posting of your flight to this, a flight to that, how you enjoy the trip. And the next time you are invited to speak somewhere and they ask you to probably, maybe they want to send you the cost and so you can just handle the logistics yourself so you can be in charge. And you don't even know how to do it. But yeah, you've been posting all year long that you have just moving from this city, from that city, you are posting things that you want people to think that you are where you are not. And the third thing is put yourself out there. Don't be scared. You don't have to put your personal things, but put yourself out there. There's this book, Still Like an Artist and Show Your Work. I read those two books. I think there are three of them. Still Like an Artist, Show Your Work. I think the third one slipped my mind right now. Yeah, you should check it out. Show Your Work. If you read those two books at the same time, there's something you get. Still Like an Artist will tell you how you can get ideas from other people, get ideas from this and that, and you can make them uniquely yours. And Show Your Work will tell you how you can put out your work out there. Did you know that sometimes when you are making posts, people might not be following, but if you continue by looking for better ways to do it, better time to post, better form of content to post, and you're doing all of that. A day will come, that profile will look something like your portfolio. That was what happened to me. I was posting about church media production, all of that, and A friend got into my DM. I was like, you posted 30 content, and I feel like I should combine together in a PDF for you. And the guy did, picked all the posts, the text, the long form text with it, because if I drop posts like that on Instagram, I'll reduce the text to just the caption, because most of what you want to read is already in the carousel. So if I take it to Facebook, it's going to be text. So just grab all the text from all those posts and compile them into a PDF. Now I have something that I give out as resource to church media guys if I train them. Where did I get them from? From posting consistently and being out there. Someone is seeing it. Someone is thinking about me. Anytime the thought of church media problem cross their mind, if people are having problem and when they are looking for the solution, you are not coming to mind. Probably it's because there's no promise to your name, or you are not out there. The next thing is to be consistent. Please be consistent. People are looking at you. Let me just be frank. You might think that people are not. And be honest with you. Let me be honest. People are looking at you in a very funny and critical way. I'm telling you, you will be shocked that someone will tell you that you made a post on so and so day, because you don't know how much of an impact that is doing to others. And maybe some of them, they are not reaching out immediately to tell you that there was a time someone, I'll show you a screenshot. I just grabbed a few. I'll show you. Someone reached out to me and was like, I want you to do this. I've been checking out your posts. I don't think the person was even following my account. She never liked any post, never made any comments. But here, so it's been following. Do you understand that? Be consistent. People are seeing you. They want to know that if you are truly doing this, or it's just maybe just have free time for a few days, maybe a few days a month, and you just want to put something out there. They want to see that you actually know what you're talking about and you are living it. There's this book, Rework, Rework, I think by David Hansen and someone else and the other guy. One of the chapters is Live It or Leave It. Leave it, Live, or leave it. So if you cannot embody that promise, you cannot embody it, just leave it. Be consistent with what you are doing. If it's not worth dying for, don't live for it. All right. Then the next thing is be flexible. We live in a very fast changing world. You have to be flexible. As a personal brand, maybe there's a way you are used to. For instance, I don't like pictures of myself being posted. I don't like it. In fact, I used to tell people, do you mind dropping that picture from your post? I don't mind. If you can do that for me, that would be good. But yeah, it got to a time I realized that people actually know my work. They know my name, but they don't know my face. I was on a live stream with a guy, AJ, the CEO. If you know anything about church media, you know that guy is in the US. He's AJ Holmes. So he was speaking, and I made a comment. I was doing a live stream teaching about church media and production. I was there to learn. So I made a comment. I was like, "Oh, how about this?" I just mentioned something. It's like, David, I know your name, and I know that you have lots of posts on Facebook. Now, this guy does not even know my face, because apart from the profile picture, then most of the other pictures are private. It's just carousels and text, carousels and text, maybe pictures that does not show my face and all of that. So the time I was like, oh, I need to really get comfortable with doing this. And then I started posting, and for the shock of it, people started making comments like, oh, it's been a while, you are looking this, you are looking down, that kind of friends and family comments. And I got to a point, you make posts and people look at even how you make the post. There are some guys that are like into visual storytelling, and the visual storyteller with a media group, they reach out, they was like, oh, I love the angle of this. I was like, love the angle of what? I just picked my phone and did something. What do you mean? Okay, so people are looking up to you for something. By the time they put a promise to your name, they are looking up to you for something. So I realized that this is not working without showing my face. So I needed to change. You have to be flexible. I had to make that choice. So recently I started posting pictures of myself. And yeah, it's been good. Okay. Nothing bad, but yeah, it's been good. So people know the guy that's behind the work. So even when people mention your name somewhere and they come to check you out, do you have a picture of you doing what you do that they can see? Or do you have a picture of you embodying the promise? I have pictures of myself at work. I have pictures of myself maybe at events just to be sure that this person is alive and is growing. And that's one of my own key uh, goal for my personal brand. I want to appear as someone that is growing because that's one of the things you need. So that when people come to you with opportunities, they know what level, to put it. All right. So people ask questions like, if I want to build my personal brand, where should I do it? Now, I'm going to tell you this: building your personal brand is not something you do online first. To be honest, to be honest, I'm a student of personal growth and development, and I can tell you, if you take your personal brand online, it doesn't have to be online to be personal brand, right? It doesn't have to be online. If you ask your friends to tell you something about you, you will hear what they will say. And if you ask five of your friends, you will see them having, few things that they will tell you about yourself that will be similar. That probably might be something that is unique to you or something that you've been consistent about. So it doesn't have to be online to be personal brand. And that's what I need you to understand. Building a personal brand starts with you. Are you that person that you want to put out there? If you are still working on yourself to be that person, maybe you can appear as someone that is working on himself to be that person. You see people online, this enthusiast, this and that enthusiast. What is enthusiast? They'll tell you they want to learn this. If you want to learn it, please go and do. You reach out to someone, say, okay, I see that on your page you have content creator, mobile videography kind of. Can you do this for me? Like, yes, I can do it. I can do it. How much do you charge? This so and so amount. All right, send the ones you've done before. Nothing to send because they've not done it before. They just put it out there. Of course, I understand that you start somewhere, but let people know that you are starting from somewhere. Of course, it's not in quote bad to put enthusiast like, oh, I'm just starting that. Or if you are just starting, let people know when they reach out to you. I'm just telling ranting in quote about this because there's a lot out there. You reach out to people because you need their services and they cannot do it because that's not who they are. They just put it out there because they've seen their friends doing the same thing, or maybe they've attended one WhatsApp class, Telegram class, and they've taught them how to write bio. So they have to make it as long as whoever taught them, and they have to pile up other skills that they are hoping to learn. You don't have to do that. Let that brand be you first. Build that brand yourself first. You are that platform. You are that platform. For instance, if you say you are that good and someone reach out to you to do something, you should be able to show up and deliver. If you cannot, so what's the essence of having people know you? I mean, as a Christian, if you should have read this story in scripture where Jesus was hungry. Funny, Jesus was hungry and he was walking by and he saw a fig tree, and the fig tree looked as if there was something in it. Looked as if there was something on it. I was like, okay, how about we go close to this fig tree? Maybe we might find fruits and eat. And when he got there was nothing. Guess what? The first issue was that the fig tree was blossoming, the leaves were shining, were looking fresh at the wrong season. The season where I was supposed to be gathering strength to be fruitful, to yield harvest at the right time. The guy was blossoming. You see people like that, you are just learning a skill. You started class on how to what's it called now? Let's say for instance, how to grow your LinkedIn account. And that night you design a flyer. And in the morning, you want 100 people to join. You even said 100 slots only. Anything more than 100, I'm not taking. Immediately, you start posting things out there like people should join you. They should pay this amount. Now they've gathered their money, they paid into your account only for you to deliver. You are telling them exactly what you've just learned. You've not even tried it. It's not even working for you yet. You don't even know how to do it. No, you don't have to. Let that brand be you. You are the platform. Build yourself up before you go out there. Come on now. I know you are expecting to hear things like, okay, on Facebook, do this, on this, do that. Mm. I'm a communications personnel. I can teach you all of that. All right. But you need to know that you are the brand. You are the brand. So you might have met people who are doing things the wrong way. That doesn't mean you should follow suit. All right. So just to add, maybe you are thinking of platforms, you might need to ask yourself, what am I doing? If you are a storyteller or you have a brand that is visual in code, people need to see what you do. Maybe you are a designer, graphics designer, or even fashion designer, or any kind of designer. People need to see what you've designed. If you're a writer, for instance, you might not need to have all that visual, maybe just some art forms or abstract image to tell the story of what you are writing. So that will inform you on which platform to go to. The next thing you need to check is, who am I writing all this for? Who am I delivering all these promises for? Who am I delivering them to? If I deliver your promises to Gen Zs, for instance, you might need to craft it in such a way that where they are on TikTok, they can listen to it, they can watch it. For instance, if you're a writer and you are writing to the Gen Zs, they are on TikTok. So, and you know that TikTok is for short form videos. So you might look for a way to turn that short form videos, put an abstract video behind it, put your video and then write the text, the story, and make it transition and maybe 30, 45 seconds and let people read it and fall in love with you, let them know you. If you're a visual storyteller, you have content you want people to see, you can do the same thing on Instagram. If you're a student, you are trying to build your career while you are still in school. You attend events and do all of that. You take pictures, put them on LinkedIn. So that's for all the other social media platform. But I'm saying to you, the brand is you. The brand is you. Build yourself. You are the platform. So that when people make demand of you, you have it in you to deliver that promise. All right, I want to show you that this actually works. Now, these are some of the comments, or let me say the messages rather, that I received from people that I don't even know. I think just one of them used to follow my account when they sent this message. Now, I post about uh, church media production, church media communications, because I'm passionate about media and communications for churches, ministers, ministries, missions, and all of that all over the world. And that's like the bulk of what I do here at Trade Media Group. Uh, so making posts about this has really helped shape how people see me and the kind of uh, problem they think I can solve for them. Now, this is a friend now, but he was a stranger then. He said, "Hello, kingdom greetings." You know, this is how we do it in church. You're right. So, kingdom greetings, Sir David. I'm starting a media ministry training community and like for you to be a part of it. Now, when you sent this message, I was like, oh, that's great. I really love communities. I mean, when I started media ministry coach then, there was not much of community. I had to reach out to people in the US, people in the churches in the US. I think mostly, yeah, AJ Homes is 4ME, Media Ministry Made Easy, and Modern Media Ministry Made Easy, 4ME, and different other church production uh, groups on Facebook then. But yeah, this someone reaching out to me like, I want you to be part of the instructor. And I think last year we had 3 days training for churches in, because it was reaching out to me from Jamaica. We had 3 days training for churches in Jamaica, his own church particularly, and then different other churches I would like to join. That was it. He was actually replying to a post. If you look at this, he was replying to a post. So I made a post on Facebook, and from the post, he reached out. So that probably, of course, you know that this person is not seeing your first post. Probably not your second post. This person has been watching and realized that, oh, This person can fit in for this. The next one said, "Oh, I deeply appreciate the work you're doing within the church media circle. I believe that there's much to be done." Good. I'm pastor. I have to take that out. I'm with the Church of Christ of this of that, that. I'm from Jos, Plateau State. This is in Nigeria. I've been into church media work for some years now. It would be good if we have conversations. So this is also a relationship that has bettered for me many other uh, opportunities. Let me put it that way. Someone just reaching out because of what you are putting out there. Now, this was one of the messages that blew my mind then. I was just trying to put out some that I can be able to put information about them and not tell too much. He said, "Hello, David. This is," okay, I won't mention his name. This is someone reaching out from Florida, in Naples, Florida. He said, "Hello, David. I'm very impressed with your work and I wanted to reach out. I lead a global arts ministry based here in Naples, Florida, USA. We disciple artists now." When he said artists, it's not like artists like painters and all that. They mean artists as in everybody involved in visual art and all of that. Whether you are a designer, illustrator, visual storyteller, you're in production, you're in actual art, you're in fashion design, you design stuff, you're an artist. I will provide training for creatives. All right. So I would love to partner with you, David, and possibly get you involved with our ministry, the name of the ministry, and then when might you be able to connect? And from there, we start having Zoom meetings, talking about stuff. We had a very great time last month, November, where they hosted a very big program, very massive. I was like, wow, this is so good. Imagine someone, I mean, I don't want to go into the details, but yeah, imagine someone of that level. He invited the Grammy award winner as an artist for the event. So you know how big this person is. So yeah, and we're just talking on WhatsApp. Okay, let's have a Zoom call. Let's talk about this. Okay, let's go through the train. Let's go through this. This works. If you're thinking about it, let me tell you again, it works. Personal branding works. People will reach out to you with problems that they believe that there's a promise in you to deliver the solution to. So my question to you now will be, if I need to get a problem solved and you have the solution inside of you, do I know you enough to provide that solution? That takes us back to what I said initially. It's not about what you know how to do, it's about who knows that you can do it. So, personal branding is adding a promise to your name. What promise? What promise is on your name right now? If I mention your name, what do people expect to happen? I mean, if I start mentioning names now, you know what to expect. Even Jesus Christ. If I say Jesus Christ, there's a promise. He said he has given me a name above all name, that in the name, this thing should happen. Every knee should bow. That's the promise to the name. So if I mention your name, what should happen? That's just basically personal branding. If you go out and you say, I'm from the office of this so and so, something should happen. That's how it works. All right. So personal branding is something that you need to do with all these points that I've given you. I believe that if you do them with all these points that I've given you, you build yourself as a brand yourself. You build yourself as a brand. You build yourself. Not that you are trying to. You get yourself ready before you start putting yourself out there. You can start putting things out there. You can even start putting things about other people that you admire out there, so that you are shaping what taste people know that you have. Do you know sometimes when we share posts, we are saying something about ourselves as well. You are telling the whole world that you believe or you have taste in this kind of a thing. That's why sometimes I reach out to some of my friends. I was like, "You might need to drop this post I really shared." Probably because this person posted something meaningful today doesn't mean that guy has always been posting something meaningful. You might need to bring down the post just to save your own image. Because the moment I made a post, which day was that? I was in a flight and not my usual thing, but yeah, I did. And someone was like, "Oh, good. I love this. How was the flight? I was like, that was good." Our conversations change almost immediately because someone is seeing you as, oh, this person is so serious about his business that he finds it very not that expensive to use a flight to get things done. Do you understand? It's not about the flight itself, it's about how people think about you. If people think that you have a business that you don't mind the cost of flying around to get it done, they want to work with you. That's on a different level. All right. Do you have my voice right now? I think this device went down. This device went down. I think I lost my video. Yeah, I was talking about. All right, so I think I was there then. So, guys, this works, and I want you to take note of this. Build yourself as the brand. Go out there and show yourself. Don't be scared. Do you know whichever way, whether you show yourself or not, people know you. There's nothing like secret. I mean, really, there's nothing like secret. As a matter of fact, the word of the Lord said, I don't know if you believe it, the word of the Lord says that there is nothing unknown that will not be made known. So there's nothing like secret. So put yourself out there, expose yourself to opportunities. Yeah, you might be complaining, oh, I don't want to expose myself to people to see me for this, for that. Maybe I'm scared of my background and all of that. If you have to see a therapist, please do. There's nothing really. Look, you can go ahead and read success stories of people who have gone ahead. Not many of them had a very pleasant beginning. I mean, the days of little beginning, all of that is there. Okay, so expose yourself to opportunities. Let people think of a problem and your name comes up in their head for the solution. Be a solution provider. Let a promise be on your name. All right, that's basically what I have for you guys tonight. And thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have questions. If you do, please drop them. I think we're almost out of our time right now. So drop the questions in the comment, and then I'll by the chat I'll attend to the questions later on. Thank you so much. It's been a very awesome time with you guys tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. David. I really
Oh,
appreciate.
the best.
Thank you so
I
much.
cannot even see your chat, your comment, and all of that. But yeah, it's been a great time with you guys
I
tonight. So
wanted to ask
thank
a
you, Mr.
question, Mr.
Precious.
David.
If
Can you
you
hear me?
do mind taking it up from here.
I wanted to ask you a question, just one question, Mr. David. Hello, can you
All
hear
right.
me?
If you are saying something, I think I cannot hear that. But yeah, thank you
I want to ask a
guys.
question,
Have
a
a
question, a question,
time building your personal brand.
a question. Oh, Jesus, you know him now. Wow. Question has gone already. No, it's thank you so much, Mr. David. I really appreciate. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. David, are you here? Hello?
All right, please. If there's any question, do you mind posting it up there?
Okay, okay.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you for bringing this question up. Yeah. Think you probably. Okay. So I see a lot of people do videos that aren't cool, like exposing themselves. Sometimes it's like their message is no message. Okay, is this personal brand or what can one do if he has built over 5,000 using those means? Okay, we live in a very cruel world and people are doing all kinds of things to get people's attention. One of the most valuable currencies that we have as humans is our attention. So people want to snatch that away from you. They need your energy, they need your time just to build something that they're working on. So if you see a lot of people they're doing videos that are not cool. I don't know what you mean by that. Aren't cool. I don't know. Exposing themselves. Okay, okay, yeah. Mostly on TikTok. Yeah, we understand as well.
Mostly on TikTok.
Sometimes like there's no message. Of course, there's no message because you are not getting the message. So when you're speaking to people, one of the way to test if you're speaking to your right audience is that say something that only them can understand and see how much of your audience will respond to it. That way you will know if people are just following you. I mean, I think the first time I made a post about just talking about personal development and personal growth, most of my friends and family members that used to like my first post on Facebook, they didn't like it that day because it wasn't the usual post or something that they expect to see. So if you are online, you see people making all these kind of posts. If you probably don't interact with it, it's because you don't get the message. There's a message, it's just that you don't get it. One of the messages that they want to feed on people's lust.
Hmm.
Okay, so people are curious. You see, there was a time they were doing this silhouette challenge. People are curious for what's going to happen next. You understand? So people will wait, and one of the ways to build um, a brand online, or let me say an account online, because so I don't mess the words up. One of the ways to build an account online is to get people to stay on your account as much as possible. One of the underlying goal of any social media platform is to get as much people to be on their own platform for as long as they can be there. So if your account is making people to stay on TikTok for as long, they will recommend you. Not just that people like it or people comment. That's one of the things other some people don't know that made them to go and buy followers, buy comment. It's not just about like, followers, and comment. How long are your audience interacting with you? Are they watching your videos and watching again and again? So because of that, there are people who are creating content that you have to watch over and over again because that's what built it. So if you see people do videos that you know uh, they're exposing themselves, just for them to get attention. And now this part said, is this personal brand or what can one do? Can be their own personal brand. Maybe they are trying to sell something. I mean, let's be frank. People are walking
Yes.
naked on the street. So why shouldn't they do it online? And when they're walking naked on the street, guys and other people walking around, they are looking at them. They are commanding attention. Attention is a very, very expensive thing, and people can get it using any means that they have. Okay, so if you think, I think it was Olakunle Sorian that was saying that, he said sometimes when I'm at the airport and someone shout my name, I immediately know that this person must be a very knowledgeable and sensible person, because people don't know me as a public figure in quotes for something. If you know him online, you don't know him as just this influencer. No, no, no. You must have been someone interested in knowledge, someone interested in growth for you to admire him that much. So if you see people who are building that kind of a brand, maybe they are looking to, you know, just feed on the lust of their audience and get them to stay as much as possible. Maybe they get a few bucks from TikTok, or eventually, I mean, there are other ways they monetize those stuff. So yeah. So maybe that's what they are doing. So if you've built an audience using those means, you can, I don't know, maybe create a new account or stop it if you feel bad about it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I really
All right. Is there
appreciate.
another question?
No, no, not for now. Thank you. I've done a lot over 1 hour. Need to rest, need to eat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Your section was actually insightful. Thank you so much. For those of you who are going to listen to this later, thank you. Please help me appreciate Mr. David. Thank you. If you probably want to reach out to him, you can follow him on Instagram, David Adeleke. As I'm right, David Adeleke. Please kindly follow me on Instagram or LinkedIn, David Adeleke. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your sacrifice, for the breaking this down. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So thank you. So Mr. David, you can
Well,
exist now. Thank you. Thank you. I want to even end this live section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So everyone, I want you to understand that there's importance of personal branding. Please and please, we have a group community and it's actually for free. If you're interested, I believe you're interested. Let's say if you're interested, use the link on the comment section. We have a Telegram group. We have a WhatsApp group community. So use the link on the comment section and register and join us there. It's going to be a time of refreshing. We're going to be having this section from now to March with different speakers. It was actually supposed to be paid, but it's free. So just join us and learn from minds, grow. Mr. David says something. He said, grow. Let people know you're growing. Let people know you're growing. You're supposed to, like, if you're watching this now, take a screenshot, post on your social media handle, tell them, Mr. David, tag Mr. David there. That's how you grow. That's how you grow. Thank you so much, Mr. David, for your section. I really appreciate it. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I was following. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So please, do well to follow Mr. Adeleke on Instagram and on LinkedIn. Thank you. Do well to follow him on Instagram or LinkedIn.